how they receive healthcare. In all aspects of our life, we have expectations about how we receive service, that it's digital, that it's based on the consumer experiences we have from our favorite brands, that when we interact with government, it's seamless. And when we think about the effects of the pandemic on our lives and healthcare, we expect to have healthcare from anywhere. Telemedicine became a part of just about everybody's life during the pandemic. And that's changing the way people receive healthcare and how we secure it. Now, that creates the requirements to store and protect large amounts of personal health information. And the collection and protection of that data is really critical and an important part of any healthcare agency's zero trust journey. That healthcare data is an asset that bad actors are interested in stealing and acquiring and monetizing this against our wishes and against our knowledge. And this overall creates a real threat and impact on the way organizations are trusted, especially government organizations. It impacts the reputation of government and can create a real financial exposure and tremendous risk for agencies and the people that they serve. And ServiceNow has a role to play in supporting zero trust architectures across government and healthcare agencies. I'd like Arun to talk a little bit more about the role we play and how we support these big initiatives.
Thank you, Jonathan. So, just so that we set the baseline on what is zero trust, by now, there's been a lot of talk about zero trust, including in the president's management agenda on calling out that we should be approaching this issue. So there was a time when we said you are authenticated and authorized once, and once you come inside the building, you can open every door and do whatever you want inside because we already authenticated you. But from that, we have moved to zero trust. What does that mean is that you are authenticated and authorized for each time you enter and each action you perform. What that really means is that we have these assets that we are protecting, whether it's facilities, databases, applications, various things that we have of interest and value. And we are protecting that from the signals, which are the users, devices, applications, various Internet of Things that are coming in and accessing the assets. So we verify them and we allow or disallow based on each and every action for each time they come in. So what does that really entail? Jonathan, you want to talk about the pillars?
Sure. You mentioned really the core idea. It's that asset protection and really understanding what we have in our environments. And when we look at this maturity model from CISA, you notice that the pillars are these key ones are about the devices on the network itself, the applications, and the data of the that's running across the network, that's in the applications, that's on the devices, and really who's interacting with them. And those are core ideas, those are core asset concepts that are part and parcel of what we do so well in ServiceNow. ServiceNow is a great platform for connecting disparate systems and data sets, connecting people, connecting applications, and being able to store that data in a single place so we can begin to take action on that data and really understand it and protect it in the best way possible.
So, that's a lot to protect. And there's a lot of things in the organization. And we've simplified in this, we verified in the middle from a single platform, automated access verification, vulnerability management, etc. What does this really entail? So NIST has come out with this model which said, you really have to look at this whole thing. And the challenges that every organization has is that the assets are disparate. And the organizational division or business units that manage these are disparate. So you really have to orchestrate the whole thing, which is where we're talking about security, orchestration, automation, and response. And those processes need to mature. And we need to protect the data and services, all enterprise assets. So this is the model. But where do you actually start? So that's where we talk about the enterprise configuration management database. Jonathan, you want to talk about that a little?
The CMDB is really the core to ServiceNow. Again, ServiceNow is a platform, and there's lots of technologies that are part of the ServiceNow platform. But the most important aspect from my perspective, is certainly when we talk about Zero Trust, is the configuration management database, the place where all of these configuration items, the devices, the software applications, where they sit. And having a robust CMDB begins to create a tremendous opportunity for the agency, not just to be more secure, but to become a lot more efficient.
So, the CMDB being the repository for all the infrastructure items is good, but how do you know what is the criticality of an application that is using the infrastructure items in your CMDB? That's where the common services data model brings all of that together inside the platform in a cohesive way, and you then start realizing the sensitivity of an application for maybe it is storing personal health information, and it is more critical because of the services that it provides to patients, to providers, to facilities. How do you know that? And that's what this
decisions about those assets and how you're going to protect them.
And this, we talk about policy and compliance management and audit management. All of these tend to be documents. These are policies and procedures in documents. But ServiceNow gives you a way to automate that and actually make it controls within the organization that you can task people with and manage and monitor, right? So that's the user interface that allows you to manage all of these with the ingestion of different content from content partners, technology partners, and really bringing all the risk audit, vendor risk management, all of that within the platform with the same simple user interface.
Again, Arun, ServiceNow is a great platform for integrating technologies. And we'll talk about this a little bit more. But when you think about that diagram, or similar kinds of approaches where we're integrating security, incident response technologies, or vulnerability management responsibilities, you can really see how ServiceNow is a great place to begin that Zero Trust journey from the perspective of security orchestration, security automation, security response. When you look at the products on this page, these are things we have in just about every agency has in their environment, some if not all. Utilizing the data from these to automate actions is really critical to being able to respond fast and make sure that bad things are quickly remediated before those bad things become really, really terrible things. So we have a tremendous opportunity to work with these products to take action that can make an agency much more secure.
Right. And if you see the way we have kind of categorized the detection, the vulnerability, the threat intelligence, orchestration, all of these products, each of these products are good at what they do, but they are specific. They are local. They are point solutions, and they are not aware of each other. And what ServiceNow is able to do in the platform is provide that integration, the interoperability, and bringing all of that together for consumption by strategic individuals as well as operational and tactical individuals, right?
Right, so it works for vulnerability response. It works for security incident management, and even more broadly, it sets the stage for process optimization, and it sets the stage for utilizing AI, machine learning kinds of capabilities also built into the platform to be able to operate on that data and do big things.
So it's an interesting point you have kind of led into, Jonathan. We can automate it, but what is the point if we automate it and don't learn from it? And that's what this really allows us to do, is it allows us to learn from what happened before, so we are prepared for the next time we might see it. So predict, prevent, automate, these are kind of the progressions that we can go through because we have it in the platform, we are recording it, and we are learning from that to prepare in a continuous learning feedback, right? So that's right. Kind of the approach. Let me talk a little about the interoperability and integration, because we have been talking about ServiceNow is the platform which can bring everything together. How is it that we make it happen? is by this component we have named automation engine, within which there's an integration hub that allows you to have pre-built spokes to various different products, so you can, in a no-code, low-code manner, configure the integrations to different point solutions and bring it into the platform. There's the modern API-based integration. There is the RPA, which is a robotic process automation for legacy or other custom solutions that we can integrate with as well. So just a quick list. All of these are point solutions, but there are out-of-the-box integrations for almost all of them. And if not, you can actually build out your own integrations very simply with a low-code kind of approach to this. This is how that complexity that exists in different data models, different user interfaces, different point solutions, all are brought together